Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So in this episode, I'm going to show you a quick and a bit dirty way to add a CSRF protection to your website. Alright, so let's get straight into the code. So this is the code that we created in the previous episode. And we want to start off by adding a new crate or two. So open your cargo.toml file. And in your cargo.toml file, you want to start by adding the package CSRF, and that's going to be version 0.3.0, and also data encoding, and that is going to be version 2.1.1, like so. So you can close this, and then in your main.rust file, you want to add these two crates at the top. So extern create CSRF like so, and also extern create data encoding like so. Alright, and then we want to use a couple things from those libraries. So we want to use CSRF, and then we want to use the AES, that should be AES GCM CSRF protection, and also CSRF protection like so. Alright, so don't forget the semicolon. And then from the data encoding, we want to use data encoding, and we want to use base 64 like so. Alright, so then you want to go down to your index function, and in your index function, first of all, we can remove this if right here. So remove that like so. And then in the not logged in, we want to add let protect is equal to AES GCM CSRF protection, and from key. So this is going to be a secret key, so you definitely do not want to use what I'm going to paste in because it's a very weak password, but you want to paste it in like so, and then add a semicolon, and then you want to let the token and cookie be equal to protect dot generate token pair like so, and there was no earlier token pair, and this is going to be valid for 300, and then we want this to expect couldn't generate token cookie pair like so, and then we want to let mute C, so that's a cookie, is going to be equal to cookie new, and we're going to name our cookie CSRF, and this is going to be the cookie to B64 string like so, and then we want to set max age, and that's going to be a duration of 24 hours. And then we want to cookies dot add private and just the cookie like so. And then we want to change this index up here to say mute cookies instead of just cookies. And then we want to change the context. So the context is defined up here, and we want it to instead say header and then CSRF, and that's going to be a string. Actually, let's declare a new context, so let's call it CSRF context, and just remove this from here like so. So that looks pretty good, and then we want to update this to say CSRF context, and we need a header and also the CSRF, and that's going to be the token to B64 string like so. Alright, so the next thing you want to do is you want to go into your index file, and in your index file you want to add a hidden input in your form. So that is going to be input, type is going to be hidden in quotes, like so. The name is going to be CSRF, and the value is going to be CSRF, like so. All right, so save that, and then you can close the index file. And then we want to go down to this login post function down here. And in the login post function, we want to start by saying match cookies, like so. And we want to get the private cookie for the CSRF, and then we want to say some cookie. So if we actually get a cookie, then we want to copy all of this code from down here. So all of that code, like so, and we want to paste it in, and then we want to add a comma, and we want to say none. And if there is no cookie, then we want to say error, and then string from, and let's just say let's just say login failed, like so. All right, so I think that there is an error here somewhere, so let's try compiling our code and see what error we get. All right, so the main error was that in the index function we said CSRF.token, and it should be CSRF:token, like so. So try recompiling again. All right, so let's go down to our login function again, and as you can see, now this has indented. So let's start working with this function. So we have our cookie, and what we want to do is we want to say let protect, and that's going to be equal to as GCM CSRF protection, and from the key. And it's very important that we enter the same key right here. So I'm just going to copy my key and then paste it in, and make sure to use a more secure key. And then we want to say let token bytes, that's going to equal to base 64, and we're going to decode the input data .csrf, and then as bytes, like so. And we want this to expect token not base 64, like so. And then we want to say let cookie bytes be equal to base 64, and we want to decode the cookie value to string, and then as bytes. So this is not the prettiest of solutions, but it is functional. And then I expect this to just say cookie is not base 64, like so. All right, and then we want to say let parsed token is going to be equal to protect, and then we're going to parse the token, and we want the token bytes, and we also need this to expect token not parsed. So token not parsed, like so. And then finally we want the let parsed cookie is going to be equal to protect dot parse the cookie, and we want the cookie bytes, like so. And we also need this to expect that the cookie is not parsed, like so. All right, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to say if protect dot verify token pair, and then we want a reference to the parsed token and a reference to the parsed cookie. And if this is true, that means that everything was successful. So then we want to copy all of this code, and just paste it in here. And otherwise we want to just return a string. Then we want to say error, like so, string from, and then CSRF failed, like so. And let's see, this did not auto indent, so there is another error. So let's see here, we forgot to say expect here, so write expect, and it did still not auto indent. So let's compile the code and see if we can find the error. Alright, so this has compiled now, and I think the main error is that we added a comma here, so remove that comma and then save, and as you can see now this auto indents. So let's try compiling our code again. Alright, so we got a couple of errors, and one of the errors is that this shouldn't say parse token, this should say parse, like so. So try recompiling again. Alright, so this time you can see that the error is decode and cookie.value, and the error is that the value is a function. So let's see, let's go down to line 149, and you want to add to, like so. So try again. Alright, and you can see that this time it says that there is no field called CSRF on the input data, and that is correct. So let's go to our user struct, and we want to add CSRF, and that is going to be a string, like so. So try recompiling again. Alright, so you can see this time that we get an error that says value moved here, and then we're using it after the move. So we want to change this get user ID from cookies to say, we want this to be a reference to mutable cookies, like so. And then we gotta go down to our get user ID from cookies function, and we want to change this to be a mutable reference. And we also need to change our sign up page to do the same thing. And in our sign up page we also have to add the mutable up here. Alright, so try again. Alright, so this time our code actually compiles. So try going to the index function, or the index page, and then you can see down here there is a new hidden input, and it has a CSRF field, like so. So now we want to add the CSRF to our sign up page as well. So let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so we are going to start by copying some code. So we are going to copy from our index right here, and essentially we want to copy all of this, like so. And actually let's copy all of that and just paste it in down here. So change that up like so, and then we want this to say sign up, like so. And then we also want to change our sign up function, or our register user function. So for that we are going to copy quite a bit of code from this login post function. So copy that and then paste it in like so. And after that we want to copy this verify token pair function, like so. So paste that in here. And let's see, this is a little bit messy right now. Just add a curly brace, like so, and then save. And we have a problem, but let's try indenting a bit manually at first, like so. Alright, so now we have a little bit more of a outlook of what this looks like, but as you guys can see we also need to add this none right here if the cookie does not exist. So let's add this, and let's try recompiling our code. Alright, so our code has compiled now. So the first thing you want to do is up top at the register user function, we want to add mutable cookies, like so. And then we also want to remove this down here, and we want to change the input to say input data, And then of course change this to say input data as well. So try recompiling the code. And you can see we get an error that says expected something but found standard string. So basically you want to add here after the if, you want to add an else, and you just want to return a string for, sorry, that should be string from, like so, and just say CSRF failed. And let's try compiling one more time. All right, so the problem is that in the login function, we return a result, but down here we are simply returning a string. So you want to remove all of the errors like so. So that should be the only one. So try compiling again. All right, so our code finally compiles. So the last thing you want to do is that you want to go into the sign up page right here. And actually you want to go into the index first and just want to copy this input field right here. And then you want to paste it in your sign up form. And then you want to recompile it again. And now finally everything is done. So this was quite a messy way to add CSRF, and in the future we're going to improve this a lot. And this is our sign up page. So you can see we also have the CSRF right here. So we can try creating a new account. So I'm just going to copy and paste some arbitrary username and password. And as you can see, it still says user registered. So that's it for this video. So good luck and happy coding.